After a brief detour to Washington, D.C. for the makeup game, the Cubs continue this home stand and they welcome in the Cincinnati Reds. Game one of a three-game weekend series and night baseball, a rare Friday night here in the friendly confines. Welcome to the booth. Jim DeShays and Len Casper with you. Gorgeous night here tonight, and the Cubs need offense, and they've been getting it from Chris Bryant, 12 games back from the DL, and they got it from Javier Baez yesterday, almost single-handedly won the game.
Yeah, they needed it in a big way yesterday to travel all the way over there for that one game. After losing the series to Milwaukee, to lose that one would have been a tough pill to swallow. Chris Bryant, since coming off the disabled list, has been productive. The ball is starting to jump off his bat with a little more authority. 325, 5 doubles. He's yet to go deep. Just missed here the other night against the Brewers. Anthony Rizzo had a big day yesterday as well, but Baez stole the show. This is why Javi Baez is an MVP candidate this year. He does it all. Opposite field double, opposite field home run into the Nationals bullpen, 3 out of 4 with the home run, and then the game-winning safety squeeze bunt to plate Chris Bryant.
3 RBIs, a game tire, and 2 go-ahead runs knocked in. And tonight, it'll be Cole Hamels, who's had great success against the Reds, including a complete game win against them in August. Reds and Cubs coming up next.
Join the team that enjoys responsibly. Budweiser reminds you to drink wiser. Ford, inviting you to visit your local Ford store or buyfordnow.com. Xfinity delivers the fastest internet with the best in-home Wi-Fi experience. Call, click, or visit an Xfinity store today. Lexus, experience amazing. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois. Choose Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, the card to carry through it all. Volkswagen. Visit your local Volkswagen dealer or VWDealer.com for the Volkswagen dealer near you. And by Southwest Airlines. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency.
And Cubs baseball in high definition is brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity delivers the fastest internet with the best in-home Wi-Fi experience. Call, click, or visit an Xfinity store today. And Cole Hamels ready to work. Fastball well located. A strike on Scott Schebler, and away we go. Hamels, like the starting pitchers who did not work in the game yesterday, that's everybody other than Mike Montgomery, stayed here to get a little extra rest.
Cole is our Blue Cross Blue Shield starting pitcher tonight. Choose Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, the card to carry through it all. 9-9, 371 overall. 4-0, 1.42 the ERA with the Cubs. This is his 9th start in a Cub uniform. Fastball, cutter, change, curve, slider for Hamels.
The Reds line up here in a second as Scott Schebler fouls away. 2-2 count, and the Reds leadoff man. Hamels into his motion. 2-2 in on the hands and fought off foul. John Lipka is calling balls and strikes tonight. Bruce Breckman, Mike Estabrook, and the crew chief Hunter Wendelstedt are on the bases.
I think Lipka was a September call-up.
I agree. Swing and a miss for the first out. Now the rest of the Reds lineup written out by Jim Riggleman. We've got some dangerous bats. Jose Peraza is putting together a nice season, his first full year as their starting shortstop. We know about Votto, Suarez, and Jeanette. Phil Urban had a 2-homer game a week ago tonight. Casale the catcher, Harvey the pitcher hitting 8th, and Billy Hamilton 9th. Here's Peraza, who takes high for ball 1.
Well, Hamels has been awfully good against this Cincinnati laundry. He is 11-1 lifetime against the Reds with a 1.86 ERA, including a complete game here back on August 23rd, in which he allowed just 1 run. They need a complete game out of him here tonight, but they need a lot of innings. And check out those numbers. He has dominated the Cincinnati club. Obviously, the faces and names have changed a lot over the years, but and lights out against him.
Off the outside corner. And his last start against the Reds, he went the distance. On August 23rd, the Cubs swept them in a 4-game series. Returning the favors, the Reds did that to the Cubs earlier in Cincinnati. 2 balls, 2 strikes. This is a last place club, but they've been very competitive against the Cubs this season. Cubs are 9-7 through 16.
They have a good lineup. If they get a halfway decent pitching effort, they've got a real good chance to beat you because they do put points on the board. And Peraza, a big part of it. He's really emerging, just 24 years of age. Reds got him in a trade with the Dodgers a couple of years back. Came with a reputation of being a good bat to ball guy, and now he's adding some power, a little bit more patience. He still doesn't walk a whole lot, but really starting to drive the ball with more authority than we've seen in the past.
Swing and a miss. Back-to-back Ks for Hamels.
Well, just in case he doesn't strike everybody out, somebody's going to have to catch it out there. Let's see where the Cubs are deployed this evening. Chris Bryant, another start in left field. Ian Happ is your center fielder tonight. Ben Zobrist plays right. Bodie gets the starting assignment at third. Baez and Murphy up the middle. Rizzo first. And another one for Victor Caratini behind the plate.
Ball 1 on Joey Votto. He was on the DL the last time the Reds were here. That's a strike. Pretty crisp from Hamels early on. 74 degrees and east breeze off the lake at 7. Gorgeous night. Could not ask for a better night.
Can't play tonight, can't play.
That's right. This was a 121st pitch originally, but pushed back due to the Cubs trip to Washington. On the ground softly to Rizzo. He'll flip to Hamels. Cole looking sharp in the first. Reds go in order. Anthony reinserted into the leadoff spot yesterday, and he snapped an 0 for 16. Murphy's going to clean up ahead of Baez and Caratini, who gets his second consecutive start. David Bodie at third, hitting seventh. The pitcher Hamels 8th, and center fielder Ian Happ 9th.
Reds defensively, Irvin plays left to Speedy Billy Hamilton's in center. Scott Schebler plays right. Suarez, Peraza, Jeanette, Votto third to first. Kurt Casale. It's the nod behind the plate, and Matt Harvey will pitch for Cincinnati tonight, making his 26th start, 7-8 with a 4.87.
First pitch swinging. Rizzo with a ground ball to Jeanette in shallow right, and he gets him.
Well, Harvey is pretty heavy fastball slider, but he'll mix in changeup and occasional curveball as well. First pitch fastball about 2/3 of the time, so maybe Rizzo was of the mind to go up there and hunt a fastball. He got one, just didn't do a whole lot with it. Harvey, like Hamels, getting a little bit of a bounce after changing teams. His move came earlier. His bounce hasn't been as big, but he has been far better in a Reds uniform than he was with the Mets.
It's in there on Chris Bryant.
Really great surprises of the 2018 campaign is that Matt Harvey is still a Cincinnati Red. When they acquired him from the Mets, conventional thinking was that they would flip him at the trade deadline. But here he is, still in a Red uniform and pitching pretty well.
That's fouled back. StatCast AI is powered by AWS.
KB gets shifted as much as any right-handed hitter in the game.
He pulls one. He is just out. Peraza made that throw. Two down, and it will bring up Ben Zobrist. Originally, Ben was going to clean up with Murphy third, but we found out about an hour and a half ago that they were flip-flopped. Cubs have a 1.5 game lead on Milwaukee, 4.5 ahead of St. Louis. Brewers are hosting the Pirates tonight. Typically, the Cubs would have been done on a Friday at home. But not tonight. Pirates have Chris Archer against Gio Gonzalez at Miller Park. The Cardinals lost to the Dodgers last night. It's a Walker Buehler Jack Flaherty matchup. Two very impressive young right-handers in St. Louis tonight. 1-2 on Zoe. 300 left-handed, 339 right-handed, but all 9 of his home runs have come from this side. 2-2.
No better than average compared to the major league average OPS from both sides of the plate.
Hit hard and past a diving Jeanette. That's the guy Ben's chasing for the batting crown. And Ben now 1 for 1 tonight, starting at 311. Jeanette at 321 to lead the league.
Well, thigh high heater. Didn't have a whole lot of room to work with, but hit so sharply, gets himself aboard with 2 outs. Harvey, the splits on him, 273 batting average against, pretty much identical. 273 left-handed hitters, 272 righties.
Daniel Murphy fouls.
When he was doing his thing with the Mets before he dealt with all the injuries, and he's had a number of them in his career, strikeout rate was way up compared to what he's featuring now, and he threw his curveball a lot more then. I don't know if the injuries are the reason why he doesn't throw his curveball as much now. The velocity's still good. He's averaging close to 95 miles per hour.
Check out our Lexus Run Predictor, brought to you by the Chicago area and Northwest Indiana Lexus dealer.
Murphy's in a little bit of a funk, just 3 out of his last 25.
With no extra base hits in his previous 7 games. He did get an infield hit in the 10th. Yesterday, originally was called an error. Short lead by Zobrist, but Harvey still throws.
Zoe stole a base the other day against Milwaukee, so whoever was advancing that series for the Reds sent a note, said, don't forget about Zobrist, he might run.
2-2. 2015 NLCS. It was Murphy's bat and Harvey's arm for the Mets. Harvey beat the Cubs in the opener in New York. Murphy homered in all 4 games. This one foul off the tarp.
Now, Harvey was an all-star in 2013, got hurt, didn't pitch in 14, was the comeback player of the year in 2015. A number of issues both on the field and off the field, finishing his career with the Mets, and just was really going poorly for him there this year. Was taken out of the rotation. A change of scenery deal brought him to Cincinnati and Devin Mesoraco to the Mets.
Here comes his 2-2, and Murphy spoils it.
Harvey, over his last 6, has a .338 earned run average. This is his 4th start against the Cubs this year, and threw the ball well in the previous 3. There are the career numbers for the 29-year-old.
He got 24 swinging strikes in his last outing against the Padres, tied for the most in his career. This one will get out of play as well.
Yeah, he ended up striking out 10 in that ball game against San Diego.
Cubs with a clutch 4-3 10-inning win in the makeup game in D.C. on Thursday.
Yeah, that was a big win. Now, that's obviously every win, every game this stage of the year is important. But coming off that series loss to the Brewers, the sense of malaise hanging around the club, having to make that trip that nobody wanted to make, using all the bullpen that they used, Strop going down with the injury. If you end up losing that game, ugh.
It would have been a heartbreaker.
So, to that end, tip of the cap to Randy Rosario, who finished that ball game off. But Stropey done for the rest of the regular season, and the hope is that he would be able to come back at some point in the postseason. He's having an outstanding year.
Once again. Votto backs up, 3-2 on Murphy. Zobrist runs and in on the hands, and Murphy fouls yet again. It was the final little lunge step, and in a weird way Matt Wieters caused it, because Wieters really took his time, and I think Pedro noticed, hey, they haven't thrown to first yet, so right at the last second He kind of extended himself, and that was at a moderate strain. So he will not pitch again in the regular season, but has not yet been ruled out for potential postseason action.
Yeah, and there's been a lot of gnashing of teeth about Strop getting that at bat. I think any manager in the game would have let him take that at bat, because the Cubs had just taken the lead and they had used all their primary guys out there in the pen.
Yeah, and I guess it was prearranged. He told Pedro, if we take the lead, you're going to bat, you're going to stay in the game. It was not some sort of last second decision.
Right. I mean, that's because we were sitting up there watching it play out thinking, well, if Strop doesn't take the at bat, how's he going to finish this game? Who's he going to hand the ball to? It
ended up being Randy Rosario, who got his first career save. Murphy strikes out. Long battle there. Harvey on 11 pitches strikes out his former teammate. Scoreless after an inning.
CIN Sports Game Zone. Connect to all the up-to-the-minute stats and information while you watch at home. Game Zone is sponsored by The Great Escape. Pools, patio furniture, hot tubs. Strike one and more. Escape your everyday. Shop The Great Escape.
Cole Hamels 4-0 with a 142 as a Cub. The Eugenio Suarez. Terrific offensive season. One of the league leaders in many categories. And a line drive out to Zobrist.
At 142 ERA for Hamels since putting on a Cub uniform. That is the fourth best in baseball since the beginning of August.
He was the pitcher of the month for August in the NL. And now he faces the league's leading batter at 321, Scooter Gennett, who just finished his season series against the Dodgers, going 17 for 26. That is a .654 average, a major league record 17 hits in a 6-game stretch versus one opponent. And that's 6 games over the course of a season series. It wasn't 6 games in a row.
They have some pretty fine pitchers over there with that Dodger ball club as well. So picking on the lightweights. Always works quickly. Pitches like a man on a mission. A little frustrated with himself after his last start in Washington. He walked 5, went 5 2/3, allowed 3 runs.
In the air to left. Circling is Bryant. Cub fans, here is your opportunity to register for the chance to purchase tickets for potential postseason games at Wrigley Field. Go to Cubs.com/postseason to register and learn more about this postseason ticket purchase opportunity. It is that time of year. Phil Irvin takes high. He's playing left.
Old school choking up. Got an opportunity to play, and he's performed well, hitting for average. Got a little power. He's got speed.
Well, Hamels is not messing around tonight.
Good changeup. Just dots the outside corner. Everything's working well. That first pitch curveball he started Suarez with. He's thrown some dandy changeups. He's on 94-95 with the fastball.
Called strike 3 on the fastball. He's got 3 strikeouts early. 0-0.
Cub fans, don't forget to check out the Cubs blog at WGNTV.com, presented by Nationwide's Jeff Vukovich. Go to jeffvuk.com or follow him on social media. Nationwide is on your side.
Big hand for Javier Baez. Nearly single-handedly won the game last night. Back in the RBI lead, and 103 in the NL. 568 slugging percentage is tops as well. Oh, 2. So extra base hits in a season, 25 or younger. Look at that list.
Most impressive.
2 Hall of Famers. Baez and Bryant. Baez taking 2 strikes. And then a ground ball under the feet of Harvey and right to Jeanette.
Mount took a little bite out of that one. Jeanette probably would have been there to make the play anyway. Let's see where he's positioned as that thing all starts.
I don't know if Harvey meant to do that, but that's a smart play. It hits his foot and ends up probably careening somewhere else and is a base hit.
Yeah, I think it was self-preservation first, because then he threw the glove down there like he was going to try to make a play on it, and that might have deflected that ball. So a little more lucky than good.
Victor Caratini making consecutive starts at catcher for the first time in his young big league career. He's hitting and he's been catching Hamels a lot.
Normally don't get that one called. Doesn't mean you shouldn't call it. Just normally don't get it called, that elevated slider. I mentioned this, the home plate umpire, Lipka, we haven't seen before. He worked a handful of games last year. I believe this is his first major league assignment this year.
Good change up there by Harvey. Everybody in. The Cubs need everyone's support during these final games of the regular season. Tickets are still available for the final week with games against the Pirates and Cardinals. Get your seats now at Cubs.com. Two outs, nobody on. It's David Bodie. He makes his 39th start. Most have come at third base. He did make his first career start in the outfield, left field yesterday in Washington. That is a fair ball. Bodie will round first. He's going to try for two, and he's going to make it. It's a double.
Yeah, just a little something off the end of the bat, but it'll work. Votto was playing off the line. He's able to squirt it just beyond the diving Votto. Schebler, I don't know if the ball slipped, if he's got a bad arm. This is kind of doesn't do much on this throw at all. Just gonna kill the clock.
Had 2 DL stints due to an elbow and then a shoulder, both on the right arm. So
yeah,
that would make sense. Hamels takes a strike.
So unless he's just really clever and he's trying to set you up, all systems go right on Schebler. If you got an opportunity to take an extra base.
Yep, I would think so. You know what Hamels can do here? He can help his own cause. We're required to say that with a pitcher at the plate. 2 outs, runner at second.
And you can always follow that up with, you know, and he can handle the bat a little bit. Just don't pull a hamstring running down the first baseline.
I was going to say, not to rile things up, but I didn't hear anybody around town say that's why they should have the DH. Because typically when a pitcher gets injured, that's one of the first places you go, and I could understand that. You never want to lose a pitcher to an injury. Typically it is an arm injury because of throwing. It hurts a little more when it's done doing something you're not really paid to do.
Well, just such an unfortunate set of circumstances. The fact that he hits the ball hard, that it sets up a potential double play, that the throw doesn't come right away, so he thinks he has a chance to beat it. All those things kind of conspired against the Cubs. Now, having said all that, I think that, you know, I think, like I said, I think any manager would have had Strope take the at bat. But maybe the next piece would have been the message: whatever you do, don't sell out going down the line, regardless of what's going on.
Hamels strikes out. So Hamels and Harvey dueling through 2-0.
97999 right now, and the 300th texter will win a $30 gift card to a Subway restaurant in the Chicagoland area. Subway, so much sandwich.
Friday night under the lights at the corner of Clark and Addison.
Get the sense there's a different vibe in the ballpark tonight for this Friday night game.
Absolutely.
Kind of a party atmosphere.
Kurt Casale with a soft liner into center. First hit for the Reds. And this replay is brought to you by IDOT, reminding you safe driving habits really are a matter of life or death. Learn more at lifeordeathillinois.com. It was 10 years ago tonight. Carlos Zambrano no hit the Houston Astros, the first neutral site no hitter ever thrown. And you see the last 5. It was the first since Pappas did it in September of '72. Harvey with a fly ball out in the left center. It's hauled in by Bryant. The Astros were totally gassed. I mean, they had Hurricane Ike, right?
Hurricane Ike was blowing through Houston at the time.
So those games were supposed to be in Houston. 2 ended up being played in Milwaukee. And when did you find out that you had to travel?
It was the
day before?
Evening before.
Yeah,
Dave Raymond, our radio guy, came to my house, stuck his head in the window while I was trying to sleep. Said, "Hey, we're going to Milwaukee in the morning." What are you talking about? Said, yeah, they arranged for us to go. The airport was closed. All the roads were closed. Somehow we managed to get to the airport. They got us out of town. I've told the story before. I had 2 different colored shoes on because I got dressed in the dark.
1-1 on Hamilton. The Astros only ended up with 1 hit in those 2 games. Ted Lilly, I believe, took a no-hitter into the 7th the next day.
I was trying to identify who that last out was.
Oh, it was Darren Erstad.
Okay.
A splitter. A nasty splitter. Hamilton has hit mostly ninth. There was a stretch recently, a 3-week period where he batted leadoff. Mostly Shebler leading off with Hamilton back at the bottom. Bodie backs up a step or 2 for a 3-1 and a big rip and a miss.
Hamilton doesn't have a lot of power. Every now and then he'll get on top of a high pitch like that and give it a pretty good ride.
Short lead by Casale. If Hamilton hits a gapper, he might catch Casale on the bases, even with a 95-foot head start.
That's the race. I want to see the Billy Hamilton Terrence Gore race around the bases. Both start at home plate, go in opposite directions, and see who can get back to home plate faster.
Hamilton draws the walk. So a couple of base runners for Shebler.
Yeah, Shebler's been good against left-handed pitching too, so dangerous. The power probably neutralized against lefties, but gives you a good tough at bat. Tell you what, I'm watching this Reds club play as much as we have year in and year out. I'm bullish to a degree on their near-term future because of their lineup. I don't know how aggressive they'll be addressing their pitching issues.
Caught by Rizzo. Hamilton fell down. It wouldn't have mattered. He was well off the bag. That's a double play, and the inning is over. Hamels has been largely really good so far. Get a little lucky there. Hard contact turns into 2 outs. First Midwest Bank Connect with a momentum maker today. This is National League most wins by a manager in his first 4 seasons with that club. Joe tied with Frank Chance for the second most, behind Davey Johnson with the Mets in the mid-80s.
On the Cubs all-time managerial list, Joe now 6th with 377 wins.
Hap in the air to center. Hamilton with 2 hands on it. Well, Tommy LaStella told us a few days ago that that waffle maker we saw in the dugout was broken. So Cub fans heard about it, and Ian Happ tweeted about it today. They've sent him 3 new ones. He's got some options. Waffle iron.
You could do a Consumer Reports review on which one is the best. Well, the Giants once had a battery, Black and Decker, Buddy Black and Steve Decker.
That's right. On Rizzo, a strike. What a leadoff spot has been so big for him. He was struggling in July. Joe put him atop the lineup. His season just took off. He was 0 for 16. Joe put him in the leadoff spot. He had 2 hits yesterday.
Could have had 4. 2 hits plus he lined out twice, and they were smoked. Rizzo, Bryant, Baez combining to go 8 for 15 yesterday in that big win in Washington.
Votto will grab it. And 2 down. Home runs in the first by Christian Yelich and Travis Shaw. And the Brewers have the jump on the Pirates, and Chris Archer, it's 3-0.
The Cubs have obviously they have the lead, a game and a half better than the Brewers. They've got a favorable schedule in that they just have that one trip to Arizona. Everything else will be either here at Wrigley and then a 3-game set on the south side against the White Sox. The Brewers have a pretty soft schedule just in terms of the competition. I think they have 1 series left with the winning club. They have a series with St. Louis. Everything else was with the clubs below 500. They'll finish the season hosting the lowly Tigers in a 3-game set.
Pirates have played the Brewers pretty tough, including that 5-game series sweep at the end of the first half in Pittsburgh. The 2-0 on Bryant is way wide.
And overall, the Buccos have been pretty good here of late. Just a game below 500 on the season. Recently had a 6-game winning streak.
Bryant draws the walk. An opportunity for Zobrist, who's 1 for 1.
Before the last inning ended, I was talking about the Reds and their prospects going forward. You know, this lineup is really starting to round into form. The additions of Shebler, getting Shebler back healthy. Jesse Winker, who's done for the year, is hurt, but a really good-looking young hitter, will be a big part of the mix next year.
We got Jeanette won't be a free agent until after next year. Suarez has a long-term contract.
And this Irvin is starting. Phil Irvin starting to emerge a little bit. Solid behind the plate with Barnhart. They like Casale. You know, Joey Votto, that's probably a big question. He's 35, and the power numbers are way off this year. But I don't think I would sell that stock anytime soon.
No, I agree. I don't think they would, and they really can't.
No, I just meant in terms of placing a value on what he's going to do in the future as a performer.
Hear what you're saying. Yep. Yeah, Votto recently, I mean, he talks so much about the art of hitting, and he knows all the numbers, and he said, I've been hitting the ball as hard as I have in recent years. I'm hitting low liners. I'm not lifting the ball, and that's why he has just 11 home runs. But the on-base percentage leads the league. Zobrist into the left field corner. Bryant should be able to score. Here he comes around third. No, they're going to stop him, and he probably would have been out. That's a good call by Brian Butterfield. He put on a very late stop sign. And hopefully Chris is all right. I think he is. And they're just catching his breath.
Yeah, a great job by Butterfield. This ball scalded, and it was really well played by Irvin out there in left field. He's fast, so he gets to it in a hurry. Gets a favorable bounce. You can see Butter backpedaling so he can read this as long as possible. And at some point, you got to throw up that stop sign, or it's going to be too big of a turn at third base, and they're going to sneak in behind you and get you. He's long legging it. He was giving Butter every chance to send him home.
Well, you're right, Irvin. Man, he was all over that, and that could be a big play. So Murphy with runners at second and third, and Harvey will go from the wind, and the first pitch fastball right in there for a strike.
And we talk about it a lot. If you send him there and he's out, it's not a horrible call because there's 2 outs. You're in the middle of your order, and you like to think you get a big knock here from Daniel Murphy.
Strike 2 called. I think called, not on the swing. He was getting clarification. Let's see Jim Lipka's call. Just a called strike. He didn't swing at it. Step back, a kick and a pitch, and in the air. It's deep to left, but it's going to be caught by Irvin on the warning track. Cubs came oh so close. Still 0-0 after 3. Let's go places. 900 winning percentage. Sub 2 ERA against one opponent. In the live ball era, Cole Hamels on the list. 11-1 against the Reds with a 186. Second time through the order. We got Schebler to line into a double play to end the third. Peraza doesn't strike out much, but he did in the first inning. And he came in with an 8-game hitting streak, in which he's batted .455. Showing a little bit more of a power game this year with 11 home runs and 30 doubles. Another guy I think the Reds feel pretty good about as he replaced Zach Cozart as their everyday shortstop. And a drive out into deep left. There's that power game, number 12 from Peraza. And the Reds have the early lead. Man, is he hot. That's a 9-game hitting streak for Peraza.
Yeah, and I think it's just a case of a young hitter finding his way in the big leagues, starting to understand how teams are trying to pitch him, when to take a shot with it, but it's short, compact swing, gets the barrel of the bat out in front of home plate and drives that ball into the seats. And he's actually now out-homered Joey Votto this year.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it's number
Votto with 11
him
as he steps in. Mark Sheldon's story on MLB.com quoting Votto recently. He said, "I'm among the leaders in line drive percentage and hard hit balls, but I'm finding I'm not getting the power results. There's something to that mechanically." And his point is, for me now at my age, defenses don't really worry about me if I hit balls into the gaps because I'm not fast enough for extra bases. He said, I've got to either drop balls in front of the outfielders or hit it over them. Bounces this one foul.
So he'll go into the Joey Votto hitting lab this winter and come up with something, and I'm guessing he'll hit 25 plus next year.
The pitch. Driven to left. He got lift there and it's gone. They go back to back. Peraza and Votto. So apparently Votto didn't like being behind Peraza. And they each have 12. Two-0 Reds. Back-to-back home runs.
And just the second and third home runs that Hamels has allowed in a Cubs uniform. This one kind of looked like a lazy fly ball off the bat, but just continued to carry.
Another power threat. Suarez has 32 and takes strike one.
Hamels had allowed just 2 earned runs in his 3 home starts total this year. He has been lights out here at Wrigley Field. 0.86 ERA prior to tonight.
I mentioned the atmosphere tonight. The cicadas are into it as well, as you can probably hear in the background. I'm told they did not pay to get in.
They never do. Hamels, as you see the shift for Suarez, Hamels career-wise, a 1.45 ERA here at Wrigley Field. He's going to take a little break for the ball boy to pass through.
Hands over his head. Now a 1-2. Just off the corner. You always expect quality out of Hamels. Cubs would love to get quantity. You typically love to get 18 outs from your starter, but Joe would prefer 21 plus. Get into the 7th or 8th with a bullpen that needs a rest.
second. Cishek and Chavez have worked back-to-back in 3 of 4. Pretty good chance they're down tonight.
Strop will still be on the bullpen list because no DL here needed in September, but he will not pitch again in the regular season.
You see an elevated profile for Jorge De La Rosa.
Suarez draws the walk, and let's step aside and see what's coming up on WGN. Rare Friday night game here at Wrigley Field. Game time pushed back due to the Cubs' travel schedule. It is 2-0 Cincinnati in the 4th inning. Scooter Gennett with a base hit. The first 4 Reds, and that ball gets away from Bryant, and both runners will advance. So a single and an error on Bryant. 2nd and 3rd now, nobody out. That hurts.
Sure does. There's a ground ball double play. Sharply hit, and KB's trying to back up to find a more convenient hop, and he never sets his feet. Loses track of the ball.
Brings up Irvin. And the Cubs can't bring the whole infield in. Corner guy's pinched. Back in the middle. Outside for a ball on a curve. Hamels trying to thwart a big inning. Already 2 in on the home runs. Swing and a miss on a changeup. So the numbers speak for themselves. He's been much more fastball dependent since he became a Cub. His cutter, curve, and changeup usage all down since the trade. Now, obviously, other teams know that. Might we see him start to zig after he zagged?
Well, that's what I found interesting. Just looking at his game log, game by game, and the way he uses his pitches. You know, he gives you a different look. You know, when the game against the Pirates, his first start, a lot of off-speed stuff. He punched out 9. His next one against Kansas City was fastballs and cutters, and that's the way he's gone about his business. I don't know if it's tied to how he feels coming out of the bullpen, or if it's dictated by the opposing lineup. I'm guessing it's more the latter.
He's thrown curve and then 3 consecutive changeups to Irvin to start this sequence. And that also could be, I need a strikeout.
Yeah, and I think, you know, with an eye towards efficiency and trying to pitch deep in the game, I think that plays to the fastball cutter, more aggressive. Let's try to put the ball in play and not necessarily work for strikeouts or swings and miss. Then you get into a situation like this with a couple guys on base. You got to find that punch out.
Another changeup. Irvin trying to just react, but he know in the back of his head he's thinking, everything I've gotten has been 78 to 84 here. And I know he's got 93 in his back pocket.
He's got a base open. Is he just pitching around me, or is he going to try to sneak a piece of cheese by me after all that soft stuff? Yes.
And he got him.
Benefit of a bit of a big zone there, but a huge pitch and just great work after all that soft stuff. A cutting fastball. It was off the inside corner, but he hit his spot and got the call. Irvin a strikeout victim for the 2nd time, both times looking.
Still not out of the woods. 1 out. It's Casale. The pitcher Harvey is on deck.
expect a similar approach here to Casale. Stay off the plate a little bit, see if you can get him to expand. Put yourself in a situation where you don't have to give in. You either can try to finish him off or go ahead, and if he doesn't chase off the plate, he takes his walk and you get after Harvey with a double play in order. Soft single to center last time from Casale. He's got his batting average up to 300.
Almost kind of pitching backwards here with two in scoring position. All changeups to Casale.
This is interesting too. No mound visit from Jim Hickey. No conversation coming from the dugout. This is just trusting a veteran pitcher to work his way through this troubling situation.
The 3-1. Strike two. Curved him. Suarez at third, Jeanette at second. Peraza and Votto with homers. Suarez walked, Jeanette singled. An error by Bryant allowed both to move up. He struck out Irvin. And now 3-2 to Casale. Tapped foul to third.
Made a good pitch. Had him lunging.
Real good arm action on that changeup. Willie Hatcher directing traffic at third. And now Caratini will head out. Baez will join the group.
Well, with Harvey next, assume Suarez would be going on contact here.
Ground ball. Throw's going to go to the plate. Tag applied. We'll have to look at Suarez again. I'm not sure if he was watching the play develop.
He was.
But I don't know why he would have.
Right. It's a go. You're going in contact. The pitcher's coming up next. It's not a read situation. Ball off the bat, you're gone. And he's looking over his shoulder the whole time, just basically deciding, do I need to slide or not? He's hoping that throw goes to first base. But this is put your head down and run as hard as you can towards home plate.
Boy, that's a big break for the Cubs.
Yeah,
I think if he sells out, he probably beats it.
Certainly he's got a better shot than this. And another great play by Baez, who's going to make no assumptions here. He's got a chance to make a play with his arm. He's going to do it.
A big second out now. Harvey takes ball one. This would be a big escape job by Hamels. First and third. 1-1. Two runs in. And Hamels trying to keep it right there. 1-2. Harvey, career 110 hitter. This year under 100. He's 4 for 49. So he gives up the 2 homers, but that's it. And this could be the inning we remember if the Cubs can come back.
A limited time. Hey, happy birthday to lifelong Cub fan Ruby Paris, celebrating number 82 tonight.
We also want to send out congrats to the entire group at Concord Marketing Solutions, celebrating the company's 25th anniversary. Great night to enjoy a rooftop. And happy birthday to our friend, the Iowa Cubs Director of Media Relations, Shelby Cravens. Baez with that big defensive play. Fouls, 4 strike 1. 2-0 Reds. But it very easily could be 3 or 4-0. Big swing and a foul. He and Schebler swing a lot at that first pitch. And Carlos Gomez swings more often at the first offering. A little surprised to see Freddie Freeman that high on the list. Suarez can't get it. That's a base hit.
Good start to the bottom of the 4th. A little bit late getting down on that one. Yeah, so we were talking about the Reds and their position players. That looks pretty good going forward. The pitching is a different issue altogether. Reds starters have a 5.20 ERA. That's dead last in Major League Baseball.
Ground ball, Jeanette. The throw in time at second. Safe at first. Baez thinks he may have gotten in. I'm surprised Jeanette threw it.
Yeah, I'm really surprised. This is a real high-risk play.
Well, Javi is already having a big impact on this game tonight. And Joe's going to challenge, so I think he's got a pretty good idea here that he beat it.
Yeah,
He did.
He did, absolutely.
He did.
And so the Suarez base running mistake, and now Jeanette with a bad decision to go to second base with this ball.
It's going to be first and second with nobody out. And it should not take long.
Not a physical error, but a mental error. Ooh, that didn't look as comfortable as the previous look we had at it.
I'm still going with safe. It's that first tap. It doesn't matter that he came off the bag, right? Just got to get there first.
Well, let's see what we can see.
It
looks clearly safe there. It's kind of blurry on our monitors. You might have a better look at home. But this is the one that got that looks a little less convincing.
The key there was that ball was not hit very hard.
No, and
he's really busting it to second.
Yeah, and if you're the second baseman and you see Baez pass in front of you the way he did, and the fact that he had a little bit, it wasn't just a short little flip to second base for Jeanette, who's had some throwing issues. He's always down here on the side. He's had some arm issues. So normally, the mindset would be, take the sure out, make the safe play. Yeah, there we go. Well, Cubs took advantage of some sloppy defense yesterday from the Nationals. Again, here not a physical error charge to Jeanette, but a mental mistake opening the door for a potential big inning.
Yep, playable ball by Suarez got through. With Jeanette mistake, so no errors officially here, but the door is open. And the batter is David Bodie. And this is again a key at bat because the pitcher Hamels is on deck.
Those are PNMs. Plays not made.
And this has been an issue for the Reds here during a 6-game losing streak against the Cubs. Cubs have scored 9 unearned runs due to 7 Reds errors during this 6-game winning streak. Harvey's pitch is lifted foul.
It's not coincidental that so many of these unforced errors are around the Javi Baez plays. Back to the games against Milwaukee. Lorenzo Cain misplay in center field, and back-to-back days mishandled a base hit with Baez going first to third, then made an errant throw. Baez was racing toward third base. Puts a lot of pressure on the defense.
Two-strike swing by Bodie. Two on, nobody out. 0-2. Bodie, ground ball. Jeanette. Peraza. Votto digs it out. So this time they turn a 4-6-3.
Well, redemption for the Reds defensively. And again, Harvey flipped his glove at it, and good thing for him he didn't get a piece of it because that was fairly tailor-made.
That was a nice play by Jeanette. He did not get the easiest of hops, and there was no bobble. And here's Hamels with Baez now at third, and 2 down. And the irony of the double play is Bodie hit his ball much harder than Caratini, and he ends up making 2 outs. Just noticed something. Harvey worked from the windup with runners at second and third in the third, but it was Bryant at third. Here in the fourth, it's Javier Baez at third, and he's staying from the stretch. I don't think that's a coincidence. 1-2. Not that Baez is just going to flat out steal home, but
full windup he might, yeah.
But a full windup he probably will mess with him a little bit. Swing and a miss. Harvey gets out of it. Both starters escaping some jams, but the Reds lead 2-0.
Cubs MasterCard debit card, only available at your local Wintrust Community Bank. Go to wintrust.com/Cubs to learn more. Member FDIC.
Great to see Matt Spiegel, Kurt Morrison, buddies from Tributosaurus, and members of the Hot Stove Cool Music All-Stars here with their wives tonight. 2-0 Reds. They'll bat here in the fifth inning. Kurt was wearing a Pirates cap because he's rooting against the Brewers tonight. So he's a big Cub fan. And he's going next level.
Pirates have scored a couple. It is now 3-2. Brewers lead, top of the fourth.
Cardinals trail 1-0 in the fourth against the Dodgers. That'll be a base hit for Hamilton. He's on for the second time. Here comes Shebler.
Off go the batting gloves, on go the sliding gloves.
Billy Hamilton has 30 steals, tied for sixth in the majors. He has finished second in the majors in steals each of the last 4 seasons. The last 3 years, and there he goes. Little bobble. Out. On a close play at second. Rizzo bobbled, but he got it there in time.
Yeah, well, his speed will cause you to try to hurry things up a little bit. Anthony fortunately able to re-grip, and the quick tag of Baez just before Hamilton gets to the base.
So a big first out Strike on Schebler. Yeah, Hamilton was leading the majors in stolen bases all 3 years, 2015, 16, and 17, when he suffered an injury in September. Really amazing and disappointing, certainly for him. Last year, a broken left thumb in early September didn't end his season. You might remember here at Wrigley, as Schebler will reach on an infield hit. On the final day of the season, Hamilton was trailing D. Gordon by 1. Remember, he walked in the ninth. Got Jesse Winker to second. They tried a double steal, and Winker was caught at third. And that killed Hamilton's chance of finishing in first.
He's going to have to go like crazy this year. He's 8 behind Trey Turner. 1 behind Starling Marte.
Guessing Schebler won't go anywhere as Peraza fouls.
No, not with the power threat to Jose Peraza up there, the way he's been swinging it. More inclined to play a little hit and run with a lefty on the mound. Now Schebler's, he's not a base clogger. He is capable, but with a lefty on the mound, not likely.
Swing and a miss.
I think the fourth, no doubt, took a little bit of a bite out of Hamels, so hoping to get as much out of him as possible tonight. But the likelihood now that he's going to get you through, say, 7 is diminished.
Peraza with a go-ahead homer in the fourth. That was followed by Votto's shot, also to left. High-speed replay is powered by Xfinity. Number 12 for both Peraza and Votto. Another 0-2. Punched foul. Quicker leg kick that time, and the pitch taken low. It's 1-2. 3:05 first pitch tomorrow. Lefty day. Cody Reed, John Lester.
Hamels working away from Peraza here, who showed a very quick bat. Turning on that pitch to hit the home run last inning. Kind of swing that gets your attention.
Here are your probables for Saturday. John left his last start with some back tightness. He's ready to go. Kicks off the mound. Baez steps on second. Throw to first. Double play. 6-3 to end the Reds' fifth.
That was beautiful.
Options Wrigley Field has to offer, like the all-inclusive Fannie Mae suite located in center field. Suites are still available for Thursday, September 27th and Sunday, September 30th. To reserve the space, visit Cubs.com/premier. Another look at the 6-3 double play.
Yeah, you know, you watch enough baseball and you see balls off the bat, you see the ball take a certain bounce and you think, oh, this could be trouble. And then Baez makes it look easy. That was fun to watch. Just the way he snagged that ground ball, and then watch the footwork. The long stride, boom, boom, step, sling.
Cubs trying to figure out Matt Harvey. They have 4 hits, and they have threatened. But they haven't yet dented the scoreboard. 1.5 misses. Two and two.
That's his pitch right there. Just didn't get it. Two-seamer, 95, up above the knees.
Full count. Harvey's from Mystic, Connecticut. Went to college at North Carolina. Highly touted 3rd-round pick of the Angels out of high school. Didn't sign. Was the 7th overall pick of the Mets out of college, 2010, and did sign. His dad Ed was his high school coach, former college outfielder, and taught Matt how to pitch. Wouldn't let him throw a curve until he was 13. And he never learned a slider. His dad was worried about elbow issues. He learned how to throw that in college.
Yeah, it's you have to be careful with developing young players. I think if you're a 12, 13-year-old kid and you got enough on your plate in terms of pitching, you know, just if you can command the fastball, throw it low, throw it around the knees on the corner, you can be successful. It's always fun to mess around with breaking pitches.
Pop up. And it's the 3rd baseman Suarez out into the left field grass to make the play. Hey, Cub fans, Advocate Healthcare has all your bases covered with over 400 locations and 6,300 top doctors. Book your same-day appointment at advocatehealth.com.
The problem with a lot of young pitchers is they don't know how to properly throw a breaking ball. If they're throwing proper mechanics, you'd probably be okay. But those kids kind of get underneath the ball and kind of try to spin it. We used to call it like a roundhouse or a nickel curve, like that. Kind of like this. That puts us. If you have proper mechanics, arm position, you could probably mess around with a breaking ball, you know, a little bit younger. But again, the problem is most kids don't know how to do it properly.
Right. Nice blue pants, by the way, tonight.
Thanks. They're pushing the season a little bit. You know, they're more of a summer pant.
Hey, baseball season is still
so
summer.
warm. The weather's been so warm. I felt comfortable wearing a summer pant.
Swing and a miss. 2 down.
Department store, that's what the guy's selling you. He likes to refer to them as a pant.
Right.
Can I show you a pant?
No, the cicadas are not in the booth. They're somewhere in the neighborhood. And yes, they're loud. If we do find a cicada, we have to name him Orlando.
Cha-cha.
A nice note from Nick, watching in South Carolina, riding out Hurricane Florence. Hang in there, Nick. So he's watching the game between power outages. Blue Pants Friday. There we go. We have a name for it.
Same color as my prom tuxedo.
Well, former Tar Heel Matt Harvey would appreciate those pants.
Yeah. It's Matt Harvey Day, so we're wearing powder blue. Don't you dare ring him up. 96. Still waiting for that first long one from Chris. It's coming off the disabled list. Just missed the other day against Milwaukee. Says the shoulder feels fine.
Set for a 3-2, and he struck him out. Nope, got a piece. We'll try it again.
Change up. That was up a little bit above the knees, able to get a piece of it to stay alive.
Called strike 3. I'm with you. I got my my lens cleaner here to match your pants.
Oh, nice.
Powder Blue Friday. I don't know if it'll catch on. 2-0 Reds. At 6th. First pitch by Cole Hamels is down low. Votto now with a 34-game on-base streak here at Wrigley Field, and past the mound, and a hit. Come on, Joey.
Take it back, Joey.
That's lame.
Have some integrity. Don't accept it. Little block chop. Hamels can't believe it.
Wally Moon has the record for visitor, reaching in 47 consecutive games. The Moon shot, right? That started when Wally Moon was hitting balls over the high net at the Coliseum, where the Dodgers started when they moved to LA.
Yeah, real short porch. I hit these. high lofted fly balls.
Suarez walked in the fourth. He was thrown out at the plate by Baez, and Javier can't get this one. So after Baez beats Suarez earlier, Suarez returns the favor.
The sixth inning is brought to you by Meyer, true Chicago fans. Well, right back into it now is Hamels' cheap hit, solid hit, dangerous hitter in Scooter Gennett, who was 1 out of 2 tonight.
Pablo Reyes has just hit a home run for the Pirates, and it's a 3-3 tie in the fifth in Milwaukee. Curve at the top of the zone.
Gregory Polanco's done for the year, had surgery on his shoulder.
On the ground, Rizzo's got it. He'll throw to second. They get one, throw to third, and Votto's safe. Well, he always thinking. He just looked at Bodie, said, "Why not?" I like that play.
Yeah, so many times the middle infielder will turn and wait for a base runner to round third before making this throw. This is a preemptive strike by Baez in hopes that Votto goes one step around the bag. Almost had him before he got to the base. It's a good idea when you know you don't have the play at first base to take that shot at the back door at third.
Irvin might be swinging early here. He was in an RBI spot his last time up, took a called third. Instead, he takes a curve on the outside corner. Well, Chris Archer has settled in after giving up those 2 homers in the first inning. We'll keep a close watch on that game in Milwaukee. Here it's 2-0 Reds, 6th inning, and an 0-1 to Irvin. This is outside.
Fun series with the Nationals and Braves, highlighting the Rookie of the Year contenders Acuna and Soto. Soto has homered tonight.
That's his 20th.
Acuna has doubled and tripled. Max Scherzer has given up 6 runs.
Wow.
Yeah, in 4 innings he's done.
One and 2 on Phillip Ervin. Votto the runner at third. Gennett is at first.
Hacking at anything close, right? Punched out twice looking.
He held up. Call made by Bruce Dreckman. Stay tuned for the 7th inning stretch, brought to you by Budweiser. This Bud's for you. Hall of Famer Chris Chelios will conduct the stretch. Getting ready for Blackhawks season. Training camp underway. Still 2-2 on Irvin. Reds were here for Players Weekend, and he had Magic on the back of his jersey. That is his nickname. Irvin Magic Johnson.
Yeah. Hamels was Hollywood, right?
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. That is your look.
Yeah, you know, that's not very far off from the tux I wore back in the day. Had that crushed blue velvet bow tie.
I might have to do that some night, or at least you do. I wear my WGN pullover. High on a fastball. It's 3-2. So Jim Riggleman could send Jeanette to stay out of a double play. However, Irvin has already struck out twice.
Yeah, and he's not a high ground ball guy. A lot of times you'll make that decision based on whether you feel like you can steal the base even with a swing and miss, but with a lefty on the mound, less likely.
Will go swing and a miss on a changeup. Another big one for Hamels.
Well, at least
sixth.
Irvin can say he went down swinging this time. He actually had a pretty tough at bat, saw a lot of pitches, battled hard, and just got beat by a real good changeup.
Casale with 2 away. Give Cole Hamels a lot of credit. It's 2-0, but it could be a lot worse. Ground ball. Bodie to first. They do not score. The Cubs come back and win this game. I'm telling you, powder blue leisure suit is in. It's 2-0.
Step lively. Budweiser, join the team that enjoys responsibly. Budweiser reminds you to drink wiser.
Hey, Tuesday, September the 25th, the Cubs host the Pirates at 7:05 p.m. Up to the first 10,000 early arriving adults 21 and over receive a Cubs drawstring hat presented by Rum Chata. Tickets are still available at Cubs.com. They go well with powder blue. Cole Hamels keeping the Cubs in this game. gotten out of 2 huge jams after giving up the back-to-back homers in the 4th. One strike on Zobrist. 2 for 2 with a double, batting .314.
Yeah, solid single to the pull side, then smack that double to the wall and left last time up. Came after 2 are out. Leadoff double would play very nicely here. Cubs have had the leadoff man reach just once tonight. That was back in the 4th.
Stats tweeting out Hamels allowing 2 runs here tonight. It's the first time he's allowed multiple runs at Wrigley Field since his rookie season 2006. And he gave up 9. Couple of bounces to Jeanette, and Zobrist made it close. A respected 90, even though he got thrown out.
Yeah, Cole Hamels in this ballpark prior to tonight, including his work with the Cubs this year, 4-1 with a 145, including that very first start. Gave up 9 runs, 5 were earned. You eliminate that one, and his ERA is 0.75, or was 0.75 here at Wrigley prior to tonight.
To finish that stats note, he had 8 consecutive starts allowing no more than 1 run. That is the longest streak ever in this ballpark.
Yeah, and pitching those years with the Phillies, it was, pretty much once a year. He'd just come in, give you 7-8 innings, a 1-run ball, and move on.
2-1. High fly out into left center. No problem for Irvin. Baez with 2 gone, nobody on.
Playing in 2019 spring travel to Sloan Park in Mesa, Arizona. VIP packages are on sale now and include game tickets, hotel accommodations, a rental car, Cubs swag, and a private meet and greet with Cubs players and personnel. For more information, visit Cubs.com/destinations.
Baez has played like an MVP these last 2 days. He's played like an MVP all year, but picking crunch time to do some of his best work. David Hernandez cranking it up out in the right field bullpen. One and 2. Middle generally on the ground. And that's why Jeanette is shaded in that area. Graphically and literally. Harvey's 1-2 is hit on the ground to the shortstop, Peraza. And Harvey with a 2-0 lead through 6. Brought to you by Budweiser. The band is GOAT. The song is Let It Burn. And we have one of the greatest defensemen in the history of the National Hockey League, Chris Chelios, a Hall of Famer. He will conduct the stretch today. As Dilson Herrera off the bench swings and misses, and he is back with the Blackhawks. Welcome home, Mr. Chelios.
Thank you very much. It's good to be back home.
How are things? Having a good summer?
Except for the moving part, because everybody knows that moving is not a lot of fun. But yeah, I'm based out of here now. I've been doing a few events with the Hawks at convention, and it's been great.
Cubs trail 2-0. Cole Hamels still working. Herrera's batting for Harvey. He went 6 shutout, and Herrera gets hit on the foot to start the inning. The news of the day I have to ask you about. One of the best centers in the last 30 years just basically announced his retirement. Henrik Zetterberg. The comp I make is Jonathan Taves. I don't know who you would compare him to, but just one of the all-time greats.
Yeah, I mean, he had a great career, obviously, with the Hawks. Class act with the Wings, I should say. I get confused all the time about that. But
we understand.
He was kind of hinting that the last year after the season, and then obviously the last day or two they've announced it. But again, if you were comparing him to someone he learned from Yzerman, one of the best, I think Taves. I look at him, and Taves reminds me of Yzerman so much in his demeanor and in the way he plays, and he's become just that all-around complete leader. So, like I said, congratulations to Hank, and what a great career.
In terms of naming the best players you've ever played with, you have a long list, but I would think he would be near the top.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Dylan Maples and Brian Dunsing are up in the bullpen. Herrera will stay in after getting hit and checked on by the Reds athletic trainer. Here's Hamilton. And he squares to bunt and takes ball 1. And an important year for the Hawks. After missing the playoffs, this is not a team used to sitting around at home in May and June.
Right, but you've seen other teams. Boston went through it, Tampa went through it, and Tampa went right back to the finals. So again, it happens. There's so much parity in the league. Losing Crawford, it kills you. He's one of the elite goalies in the league over the past 10 years. So hopefully somehow he can get healthy here and get back there and give the team some confidence. So looking forward to they got some great forwards. They're fun to watch. They're a skilled team, and Joel, big fan of Joel Quenneville.
Do you think they'll get a little bounce just from not being in the postseason last year, a little fresher? Is there any merit to that argument?
After what they've had happen in the past 10 years, I would think so. It makes you hungrier. They're used to winning. You got that chip on your shoulder, and a lot of guys you talk to them. There's a lot of leaders in that room, and I think they're going to come out, and hopefully they get a good start. That's a key to come off to a good start.
2-2 on Hamilton. We recently lost one of the greatest in the history of the Blackhawks franchise, Stan Mikita, a wonderful man, and we'll miss seeing him around the United Center for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I wore 21, right till it wasn't available in Montreal, and great friend. It was just a great person. I'm sure you guys have run into him over the years.
Oh, yeah.
Without a doubt, if not the greatest Blackhawk, one of the greatest Blackhawks, along with Bobby Hull and Palat and Tony Esposito. So miss him. Jill, his wife, and the family have been very close with them over the years. Been to the hockey school, Willow Springs Ice Chalet, Dennis Hall. It's the first time I got to go on the ice with them. So, like I said, he had just an unbelievable person.
Here's Schebler. Hamels with his 7th strikeout, getting Hamilton. Runner on, 1 out. We're in the 7th inning, and Cole will fire over to first. Have you been to any of the concerts here at Wrigley? We don't get to come because we're always on the road.
Yeah.
But I know some of your favorite bands have been here.
Well,
been to any of the Pearl Jam shows?
Well, my favorite one was Pearl Jam,
Yeah.
front and center for both shows. Billy Joel, Zach Brown. So yeah, it's any excuse to come to Wrigley, I'm going to come. I don't even care if I like the band. I just like coming to Wrigley. So yeah, it's been a great summer.
Are you skating? Are you still playing at all? I mean,
I
look
play in
like
those
you could.
old person games. Alumnus, old and slow. But I actually have an alumni game tomorrow night up in Traverse City. I enjoy those. Outdoor games are great.
2 balls and no strikes on Scott Schebler. Come on, JD, you going to start a senior league again?
Well, I was just thinking,
Baseball?
a Bill Lee, the last I knew, was still pitching somewhere. And, how old's Bill Lee? Was 65?
Right.
Yeah. 70. Yeah, so that was, like those shinny hockey leagues that the guys playing until they're 80, you know?
Yeah, weekend warriors, they call them, right? So, but it's fun, get out. I think the Blackhawks are a great alumni, so I'm looking forward to
driven to center. Happ is back on it. He reaches up and makes a beautiful catch. That'll send Herrera back to first. That ball took off.
Yeah, that might have been a game saver. That might have been 1 run and man standing on at least second base. Not an easy play at all. This ball absolutely scorched. It's got a little slice spin. A great read, great reaction from Ian.
That will be it. It appears for Hamels. Charlie, we'll let you get ready for the stretch. Always great to see you.
Thank
Again,
you, guys.
welcome back to the Blackhawks, and it'd be nice to see you around your hometown a little more often.
Yeah, it's good to be back. Thank you very much.
Chris Chelios coming up with a stretch. We'll be back to finish the top of the 7th. Showcase what it means to be a Cub for life. Receive a photo from a custom birth announcement on the Wrigley Field marquee. Cubs birth certificate, pinstripe baby cap, and Rookie of the Year Cubs onesie. Visit Cubs.com/kids for more info. Hard throwing Dylan Maples will face Jose Peraza. Runner at first. 2 outs, 7th inning, 2-0 Reds.
Yeah, this speaks to the current state of the Cubs bullpen with Chavez and Cishek being used so often. So an opportunity for Dylan Maples here in a high leverage situation. 2-run ball game in the 7th. He hasn't had many chances like this. Just his 5th appearance with the Cubs this year. Had a very nice year down at AAA.
That slider is something else. If he can command it, it's as nasty as any in the game. 1-1 the count. Keep the Reds close. Peraza homered in the 4th along with Joey Votto. That's been it for the scoring to this point. Strike 2.
He's got a fastball that can reach 100 miles per hour, but typically you see a lot of sliders from Dylan because he can command that pitch. Fastball tends to get away from him, especially on the arm side, has a lot of run.
Line and caught by Murphy. And now it's time for the 7th inning stretch with Chris Chelios. It's brought to you by Budweiser. This Bud's for you.
Tonight's guest conductor for Take Me Out to the Ball Game, former Chicago Blackhawk Chris Chelios.
Hey Chicago, it's great to be back home. We just lost one of our greatest icons, one of the greatest ever. To Jill, to the family, to the great Stan Mikita. This one's for you, Stan. A 1, a 2, a 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back, 'cause it's root, root, root for the Cubbies. If they don't win, it's a shame, 'cause it's at the old ball game. Let's get some runs.
David Hernandez, first man out of the Reds' pen, facing Victor Caratini. It's getting late. 2-0 Cincinnati. What a nice touch. Chris Chelios with the Stan Mikita sweater. Suarez way off the line, and even with a bag at third and a liner into right. First hit for Victor tonight.
Yeah, he's been swinging the bat with more authority lately. Maybe it's just the frequent reps, more at bats, getting into a bit of a rhythm. That's a good looking swing. Bottle that one.
By the way, it's shinny hockey. S-H-I-N-N-Y.
Right. Why? What did the?
Well, people misheard.
Oh. Come on, people. You're better than that.
I knew what you meant. And what you said. I knew what you said.
Shinny. However, you know, if you you know, if your game wasn't up to par, then perhaps.
Gotta be careful. One and one to Bodie.
Harvey 6 scoreless, 4 hits, punched out 6. through strike one to 17 of 23. That was the key for him. A good heater most of the night. And facing, frankly, Cubs lineup that's just been down for a while now. They haven't been able to generate a whole lot. A lot of pressure on the pitching staff, and the pitching staff has responded. The starters, in particular, have been really good now for an extended period of time.
Tony LaStella on deck for Hamels. Cole is 6 2/3. A quality start. Those two big innings, the one in which he gave up 2 home runs but avoided further damage. Ooh, that hit Suarez up high and everybody's safe. They don't get anybody out. Little home field bounce.
Yep. And some misplays by the Reds tonight. This time a bad break for Suarez and a good one for the Cubs. This ball takes a funky bounce right off the lip of the infield here.
Two on, nobody out, and it's LaStella to bat. You can see right where that ball seemed to hit him. Above the tee. Votto's got it. Throw to second. One. Relay to first. Late. LaStella beats the relay throw. First and third for Ian Happ.
Votto quickly from the knees to get the lead man. And LaStella busting it down the line beats the relay.
Left-hander Amir Garrett up for Cincy. Cornermen will play in. Votto will hold LaStella.
Go ahead, Ian, be a hero.
He's due. Almost got through Casali. 1-0 on Happ. 0 for 12 combined with men in scoring position. The two tallies have come on solo home runs. Happ in the air. It's deep. It's gone. It's a 3-run homer. Cubs lead 3-2.
Well, that feels kind of heroic. First one since September 1st for Ian Happ. Boy, it comes at a great time. Yes, sir. How good does that feel? Number 15 for Happ. It has been a very rough go for him of late. Kind of like the pitch he missed earlier from Harvey. Fastball with a little run out over the plate. Just stays on it. Take a look at the Southwest Airlines. How far did it fly? The distance of the Happ home run, 397 feet. Enter now WGNTV.com/contest for a chance to win round trip travel for 2 on Southwest Airlines in the United States and Puerto Rico. Get that man a waffle maker.
Pitching change. We're back in a second. Ian Happ. What could be one of the biggest swings of the season for the Cubs.
Yeah, for the impact obviously it has in this game, and a chance to get him on a bit of a roll. He could be a real contributor here these last couple of weeks. Amir Garrett, hard-throwing left-hander, enters for the 60th time. He's got a 4.47 ERA. That's 248 against him. Throws hard, averages 95 miles per hour with the heater. Slider and a changeup, and he doesn't use very often. He did when he was starting, but out of the pen, it's pretty much fastballs, sliders.
Recently came off the DL. He had a bone bruise in his left foot. Dylan Maples now the pitcher of record. He could get his first major league win. He got the final out of the top of the 7th. With the Cubs strength coach Tim Buss. More listening than anything. The 2-1 to Rizzo is popped into left field. And it's Irvin.
The Cubs offer 60 tickets located in the lower level terrace for just $10 for every regular season home game. Fans can register online for the opportunity to purchase up to 4 tickets. Registration opens 48 hours before the game, closes 24 hours prior to first pitch. No fee to enter. For details, Cubs.com/1060 tickets.
Jim Riggleman playing the matchups. He wants a righty to face Bryant. 3-2 Cubs in the 7th. Cubs lead 3-2. Michael Lorenzen now pitching. He's been a dual threat, not only on the mound but at the plate. He is put together.
Yeah, he's Kyle Farnsworth like.
Facing Chris Bryant. 3-run homer. Ian Happ to give the Cubs their first lead, and Bryant gets clipped on the very first pitch. Milwaukee has now taken a 4-3 lead over the Pirates. They're in the 6th inning in Milwaukee. Jesus Aguilar with a sacrifice fly. Brandon Morrow's been out since the All-Star break. Pedro Strop went down with a hamstring injury yesterday, so Cubs now with a late lead. We'll see what Joe decides to do. Jaime Garcia's been up in the bullpen. He made a very short start in Washington last weekend.
Yeah, it's going to be piece it together here. Obviously, it'll look a little different too, even with Cishek and Chavez when they are available, and we assume they're down tonight. But ninth inning's going to have a different feel. Ultimately, Joe will lean on one guy, or if he's just going to kind of play the matchup game. So Jim Riggleman tried to do. He brings his righty in for Bryant. One pitch later, Chris is standing on first base. Now he's got Zobrist at his better side, and then Murphy, left-handed hitter, next.
That should get in. It will. It'll drop in front of Hamilton. And he'll keep Bryant at second. Zobrist 3 for 4.
And nothing cheap about any of his hits tonight. He has been on the barrel.
Offense can help the bullpen with some insurance. Low for ball one. Cole Hamels will get a no decision tonight. So will Matt Harvey. They were both very good. Hamels 6 2/3, 2 runs. Harvey 6 shutout. But as is often the case these days, this game will be decided by the bullpens. 3-0 on Murphy with Baez on deck.
Ball's got all kinds of running action, but hard to find the zone without much movement.
3-1. The Reds will have Votto, Suarez, and Jeanette. First 3 to bat in the 8th inning. So it will not be easy for Garcia. Swing and a miss. 95 from Lorenzen. Foul.
His body language, it looks like he's just having a game of catch. For his 96 with crazy movement.
They're loaded. All against Lorenzen. He came in with 2 outs, nobody on.
Baez with the bases loaded, but before that, Danny Darwin, the pitching coach, will have a chat with Lorenzen. Great energy in the ballpark tonight.
.36, .468. Great atmosphere as always.
Now batting the shortstop, Javier Baez.
Crowd sounds different when he comes to bat. An anticipation of something big.
Looks to me like Javi's moved off the plate a little bit with that running action that Lorenzen gets on his fastball, maybe trying to cheat on one of those.
Happ with an opposite way 3-run homer off David Hernandez. Lorenzen came in, 2 outs, nobody on. He hit Bryant. Zobrist singled. Murphy walked. And now it's 2-1 to Baez. Schebler. And we go to the 8th inning. This place up for grabs as Happ deposited one into the bleachers and left. Cubs lead 3-2 after 7.
Keep us out, can't hold us down anymore. We gonna rise till we
combo. Russell at short. Baez moves to second. Murphy is out. And 32-year-old left-hander Jaime Garcia will make his Cubs home debut. His first outing was a start at Washington. He only recorded 1 out, charged with 3 runs. Walks were a problem. He walked 3.
That was the first time he had pitched in quite some time. He was with Toronto earlier this year. 3-6 with a 5.93 ERA there. And first as a starter, then a demotion to the bullpen.
And that was game 1 on Saturday, that doubleheader, and Votto had to jump onto the wave. Well, that's been one of the themes with this bullpen. You join the group either coming from outside the organization or up from the minor leagues, and you get thrown in the deep end. The Cubs lead the National League in bullpen ERA at 3.35. Votto hits it foul to left.
Joe mentioned it yesterday after Strope got hurt and some of the recent usage. He said it's going to be a little different method here going forward, and maybe you'd see Garcia in a more prominent role. In any role. I think the idea was when they came over, when they signed him, that he'd be a guy who could neutralize left-handed hitting, even though he's having a tough year and lefties weren't doing a whole lot with him. You could see him being used as a lefty specialist. Perhaps a little bit more than that.
1-2 on Votto.
Many years for Garcia with the Cardinals, of course. So he and Votto have hooked up a lot over the years. Votto 17 out of 44 with a couple of home runs against Garcia. That's a .386 batting average.
Votto 2 for 3 with a home run tonight. Off the inside corner. It's 2-2. You see Jaime do that a lot. He'll grab some dirt in between pitches. Liner to Bryant. Let's step aside and see what's coming up on WGN. Stay tuned. The WGN News will immediately follow the ball game. Suarez has lined out, walked, single. And takes a strike. The sports adage, some of the best moves you make are the ones you don't make. As I look at this game, I think possibly the biggest moments were the runs the Reds didn't get because Cole Hamels was able to manage a couple of different innings. Swing and a miss, 2 outs. The 4th, and then again in the 6th. They had huge chances to add on and didn't.
Yeah, and it was fun to watch him work. He changed his game a little bit as he got towards the bottom of the order, knew who to attack, who not to attack, went soft. And consistent work with the changeup. Guys are anxious trying to drive in runs. The strikeout of Irvin in the 4th comes to mind when he threw that inside fastball to lock him up.
Jeanette fouls away. 1 for 3, average sitting at .321. Currently leads the league. Pete Rose, the last Red to win a batting title, 1973. Back to Garcia. Big 8th inning. Oh man, he gets Votto, Suarez, and Jeanette in order.
Schedule is brought to you by Ram Trucks, built to serve. There's the next 3, 2 more with the Cincinnati Ball Club, and then off to the desert, take on the Arizona Diamondbacks. Scuffling lately.
And they're in Houston this weekend. 2-2 in the 7th tonight. 1-1 on Caratini. He singled off David Hernandez to lead the 7th inning rally. Capped by Ian Happ with a 3-run go-ahead homer. 1-2.
After a switch hitter, far better from this side of the plate. Pitching matchup in St. Louis did not disappoint. Walker Buehler's pitched beautifully, 7 shutout innings so far, 8 punch outs. Flaherty, another rookie, he's having an outstanding year for the Cardinals. He went 6 innings, allowed 1. It's a 2-0 Dodger lead late.
There's a note by the Reds. Michael Lorenzen is trying to become the first reliever to win a Silver Slugger Award and the first player in the live ball era to have a 4-homer season without starting a game. He has 2 homers as a pitcher, 2 as a pinch hitter. Guessing he's going to win the Silver Slugger. How could he not? As Caratini grounds out. If you're slugging .808 and you're a pitcher, you're going to win that award. I mean, they probably should create a Silver Slugger for pitchers in the American League for Shohei Ohtani. Although I guess he'll have to battle other DHs for that award.
Yeah.
Right?
How many at-bats does Lorenzen have? Can't have many. I mean,
it's in a second. Michael Lorenzen has batted 28 times. He's 8 for 26, a double, 4 homers, 9 RBIs, a walk, 7 strikeouts. OPS of 1141. Jorge De La Rosa's up. Looks like he will at least start the 9th. Joe patching it together tonight. Behind Cole Hamels, Maples, Garcia. ... Sit here on September 14th. And everyone who's worked in this game and who might end up working in this game on the mound was not on the opening day roster. 3-2. MLB at Bat is your #1 Cubs app. Customize your experience to catch every moment this season. Get Cubs home screen icons and features like the MLB.TV game of the day, pitch tracking, in-game highlights, live radio broadcasts, stats, news, and more. Download MLB at Bat today. Cody strikes out. And it will bring up Addison Russell. Top of the ninth, Irvin Casale and Lorenzen are due. Not a lot of left-handed options available for Jim Riggleman. But again, it's De La Rosa appearing to be the first guy to pitch, and I would assume Joe would have a right-hander up just in case. But we'll see. And we'll find out in a couple minutes. To the ninth we go. 3-2 Cubs.
Yeah,
he's never saved a big league game. He had one at Double-A Portland back in 2003. That was the last one he had.
Yeah, and it's kind of like Murphy's Law. You know, the night when you don't have your quote-unquote A guys, high leverage guys available, you end up in a one-run ball game. And here comes Jorge De La Rosa, who's been awfully good in a Cub uniform, sporting a 1.69 ERA through 12 appearances, 16 innings. Got a whip of 0.94.
He had 4 saves as an 18-year-old, pitching in the low minors. Philip Irvin takes a strike on a curveball.
Randy Rosario got the save yesterday.
Two. A rough go for Phil Irvin tonight. 3 strikeouts against Hamels, twice in big-time RBI spots.
Caratini sitting off the outside corner, didn't want that ball on the plate, so he had to reach a good ways to get it. And bottom of the zone, tough to get it called with that much movement, but it was a good pitch.
Told Orlando Arcia had a bunt double in that game in Milwaukee. That's hard to do.
Pop it over a charging infielder, or one of those that rolls right down the line and they let roll, and you just keep running.
Push bunt. He hit first base, rolled into right field, knocked in 2 runs.
When you're hot, you're hot. Brewers have won 11 out of 14.
Rosa, looks like high heat coming. Irvin took it. A ball two. Kurt Casale on deck.
Well, unlike the Brewers, who we just finished with, there's not a whole lot of danger lurking over there on the Reds bench.
Three-two to Irvin. But this is a dangerous club in general. The Brewers certainly know that. Scooter Gennett hit a big game-winning home run off Dan Jennings a few weeks ago. You don't want to get anywhere near that part of the order here after Garcia got Votto, Suarez, and Gennett in the eighth. Rolled to Bodie, who backhands and gets him. One out here in the ninth. Could be looking at a first career win and a first career save tonight. Maples and De La Rosa respectively. Casale batting, Tucker Barnhart on deck.
Funny what this game does. De La Rosa released from by the Diamondbacks earlier this year. Cubs pick him up, kind of take a flyer on him. And all of a sudden he's pitching the ninth inning in a one-run game in the heat of a pennant race.
That's a base hit. Casale on his way towards second. Here's the throw by Happ. It's offline and late. Kurt Casale with a double, his second hit tonight, and he will immediately come out for a pinch runner. Gabriel Guerrero will run.
Just perfectly split the gap out there in right center.
Here comes Jim Hickey before the switch hitting Tucker Barnhart takes his at bat. I don't know how fast Guerrero is, but he's clearly faster than Casale.
It's a situation where you're glad Billy Hamilton was in the starting lineup and not available to pinch run.
Hamilton is on deck.
Jim Riggleman had to have been tempted to at least a little bit to let Lorenzen take this plate appearance.
So it is Barnhart with a tying run at second base. Swing and a miss.
Barnhart is batting .292 as a right-handed batter this year. He is 2 for 11 as a pinch hitter.
Good smother by Caratini. Remember, Baez throwing out Suarez at the plate in the fourth. That kept the Reds at 2. Cubs took the lead in the seventh on the half homer. 2-1. This game is not over yet. 1 out, ninth inning. A little drama here.
De La Rosa likes to work backwards. He likes that split finger pitch when he's behind in the count. There it is.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Cutters and splitters here in this sequence so far. To Barnhart. Well, use up your mound visits.
Yeah, make sure you're on the same page. You don't want to be second guessing yourselves after the ball game.
You need a win no matter what, but especially with one eye on the scoreboard and seeing Milwaukee up late. You don't want to let them get within a half game. So 2-2 on Barnhart. Here's the pitch. Fouled back.
Randy Rosario has joined Alec Mills in the Cubs bullpen. I guess I should say he's joined them throwing in the pen. He's been there. They've been there all night, but now they're warming up.
Long look. De La Rosa and Barnhart said that's too much time. I need to
reset.
My thoughts.
Yep.
Kick in the 2-2. Fly ball to left. Bryant in. 2 down, 9th inning. That brings up Billy Hamilton. As a right-handed hitter, his on-base percentages under 290.
Shorten up for him in the outfield, especially Zobrist in right.
Go ahead, Victor. You've got 3 more. Use them up.
It's like a golfer and his caddy, and they can't decide which club to use, and they keep wanting to talk it over. Well, what do you think? Hey, she needs a W for her birthday.
Guerrero, the pinch runner at second. Hamilton, the batter. Struck on a curve. In the dirt.
Work. Everybody on high alert for that ball in the dirt. Infielders belly play. Got to leave your feet. Keep the ball in the infield.
By the way, among Mexican-born big league pitchers, Jorge De La Rosa ranks tied for 4th with 104 wins. Jaime Garcia is 8th with 70, and they've both worked in this game tonight. A 1-1. Now 2-1. Scott Schebler is on deck. De La Rosa trying to get Hamilton and get the Cubs out of here with a 3-2 win.
De La Rosa's been around a long time, so you think, well, a veteran guy, this moment's not going to bother him, but this is a different situation. To finish off a one-run game in the 9th.
Hamilton draws the walk, so his 3rd time on base. And it will be Schebler. So manager and pitching coach talk it over. Schebler's been way better against lefties than righties, although De La Rosa gives you a little bit of a different look from a typical lefty.
He smoked the ball twice for outs tonight.
Inside, ball 1. If you're pacing at home, we understand. This is tense. Stone Caratini, 1-1. Brewers now lead 7-3. Mike Moustakas with a home run. That game in the bottom of the 7th. Cardinals trail in the 9th 2-0 at home against the Dodgers. Cubs lead here 3-2. Third to final weekend of the regular season.
Double jeopardy here. Base hit likely ties the game. Extra base hit. Reds go ahead with Hamilton at first base.
Happ pretty deep in center. And the pitch. Again, a good block by Victor.
Yeah, the degree to which he is missing now has to be a concern in the Cubs dugout.
Wow, he just swung at ball 3. That changes the math a little.
It sure does. Little game on the line anxiety. Convinced himself he was getting something he could hammer there. Got it started early. Couldn't check.
Two balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs, 9th inning. The pitch. Fly ball, Happ into left center. Cubs win. Cubs win 3-2. What a ball game. Ian Happ with a game winner. Dylan Maples gets his first major league win. De La Rosa his first career save. Joe Madden with the most managerial wins in the first 4 seasons as the Cubs skipper.
Ian Happ earned the game ball. Appropriate that the final out was hit to him tonight. That big swing of the bat, 3-run jack. Lifting this Cub lineup that's frankly been scuffling for a while now, but it was good enough. And how about the work by the bullpen? Maples, Garcia, De La Rosa. Yeah, not the normal cast of characters, but they got it done here tonight.
They got the power, they got the speed to be the best in the National League. Well, this is the year and the Cubs are in. So
Ian Happ is with us down on the field. Ian, tell us about the at-bat.
I got a fastball in the zone. Finally put a barrel on a ball. It's been a while, so that felt pretty good.
Well, you just missed one earlier from Harvey. You had a real good swing on a 95-mile-an-hour from Harvey. I think you just fouled it off. You got this one. Just talk a little bit about the adjustments, the tweaks you've been trying to make lately.
Yeah.
Did you skate with water?
Yep.
Okay,
Thanks for warning me.
Didn't see it.
You're off camera. Sorry, man. We would have.
It was Riz, by the way.
It was Riz, yeah.
Yes, it was.
The adjustments I've been trying to make, just been trying to get on top of some of those heaters. I've kind of been under them all year, so as of late, just trying to be more aggressive on the fastball, and finally paid off today.
You got some new waffle irons, I see.
Yep, that was big. Thank you to the Cubs fans that sent the waffle irons. That was awesome. We lost it in Milwaukee. I don't know if the stats will back this up. I'm pretty sure they will. I don't think we've hit a home run since they've been broken. So it was good to get 3 in the dugout today, and big for the boys to get the win.
How hard was it to keep your approach? Because you have been taking walks, but I know you want to hit, right? That's the idea.
Yeah, I mean, the name of the game is getting on base, and as long as I can continue to do that and get on base for the guys behind me, then I'm doing a good job.
Obviously, a different look finishing off this ball game with Cishek and Chavez being used a lot. Stropey down. Kind of fun though, right, to see these veteran guys, these late additions to the roster, finish things off.
Yeah, the bullpen did a great job. Cole did a great job today, as usual, and the bullpen did a great job. These guys have been fighting. It's not easy playing this many games in a row with the bullpen. We don't get any days to rest. So for these guys to go out there and show up like they did tonight, that was beautiful.
Thanks for the time, Ian. Great job.
Yep, thank you.
That's Ian Happ, who hit the game-winning 3-run homer. The Brewers have a late lead, so even if they win, they still will be a game and a half out. Cardinals trailing late as well. What a ball game. Cubs 3, Reds 2. And while we were not paying attention, that happened.
That's cold. Literally.